The show with everything you could ever want to make and do right at your fingertips.
I'm Stephen.
I'm Fearne.
And let's have a look at what's coming up on today's show. Find out what you can make with a couple of film canisters and a square kitchen roll in under a minute.
We show you how an apple stops your friends from pinching your pens.
And watch out, footy fans, because in Food Fingertips you'll be bowled over by the ball in the bowl cake.
And for all the details on today's makes, you can look on our website, address at the end of the show, or grab a pen and paper and jot it down straight away. Got an old pair of jeans that you've grown out of?
Got a load of old bits and bobs that don't really belong anywhere?
Well, we've come up with a way of combining the two in a piece of pure recycling genius.
Check this out. The Fingertips Bum Board. The ideal place to keep all those notes, photos and reminders that you cannot afford to forget.
First, you need to cut the legs off your jeans so you get a nice pair of jean shorts. Then you need to separate the front from the back. The easiest way to do this is using an unpicker. Now, of course, you could also cut them just using scissors all along the seams, but remembering that jeans are pretty tough to cut.
I love those jeans. Once you've got your front separated from your back, lay them out onto a large piece of card and then draw around them. All the way round. There we go. And then, once you've drawn around them, you want to cut this shape out like that. And this is going to be your backboard to your bum board. Then, lay them back out and just line them up to the edge and get yourself some fabric glue and go all the way around the card. Loads of glue on there, like that. And then make sure they're nice and lined up. But whatever you do, make sure you don't glue the top part of your jeans because you want to leave this open, and I'll tell you why in just a bit. And here's a Fingertips top tip. Get yourself some mat pins and actually stick them into the jeans, and this will just keep them in place whilst the glue's drying.
Now, carefully remove the belt loops from the front of your jeans. And if you've got one of these little pockets, then remove that too. Bum ball, please, Stevie.
One bum ball.
All right, thank you. Then you need to stick these back onto your bum board at the top, just using some fabric glue for the loops at either end. And these will be great for hanging things off once they're dry. And you can attach the pocket down this end of your bum board. And this is a perfect place to keep pens in. Stick that down. And again, just pop some mat pins in there to hold it all in place whilst it dries.
And once the glue has dried, it's time for the buttocks cheek. And for this, you need to get yourself 2 freezer bags and fill them with polystyrene balls. And you want to round off the bags by just sticky taping the corners, like I've done here, and then push the bags in behind the pockets, like this. And this is the reason, you see, we didn't glue the top of the bum board earlier on. Now, you may find that you get lots of baggy jean around the edge, and if you do, it's simple. Just put more polystyrene balls in and keep going until you're happy. And when you are happy, just glue the top of the bum board and then cut off the excess card.
Now, to glam up your bum board, just get some glitter glue and then paint on any design that you like. And once you're happy with your design, it's time to hang it up. And these keyring loops make that really easy. So that's it finished. All that's left to do now is to hang it on the wall. And you don't have to stop at jeans. You could make a Bermuda bum board, and we've even made a camouflage version. Again, just use some mat pins to secure all your bits and pieces into place.
And these handy pegs are brilliant for just pegging up pictures of your friends. There's fun. Oh.
The Fingertips bum board. Once you've made one, you won't believe how much you use it.
Bottoms up.
Got a minute?
Yes, this is the part of the programme where we show you how to make something that could be made in under a minute using bits and pieces you can find around your home.
Today, it's my turn to make.
And it's my turn to time.
And this is all it takes. Strange. No.
It is a strange mixture.
It is, isn't it?
OK, now listen, we're not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to try and guess as we go along. Are you ready?
This one's going to blow you away.
That's a clue. Very good.
I know.
3, 2, 1. You're nervous about this one, aren't you? Yeah! Go!
OK, 2 pieces of kitchen towel. You want to put some bicarbonate of soda in one and about the same amount in the other. Then...
Everyone, 10 seconds has already gone.
All right, then you want to fold these into parcels. You know I'm nervous, don't make it worse. Then do the same to the other one, fold it up nicely.
Coming up to 20 seconds and Fearne still has made absolutely nothing.
You want to get 2 bits of paper, and then you want to write no on one and yes on the other. Then you want
Coming up to 30 seconds and still no sign of a mate.
Get off the table. You want to get some glue and stick these on the front of some film canisters. There you go, no and yes. Get rid of that, and you want to fill these halfway up with some nice vinegar. It really does stink. Lovely, and the next one...
OK, 45 seconds have gone.
I think everything's done. Stop!
Oh, and a click. Nice.
Nice, yes.
So come on in, tell them what it is.
I've not decided yet.
Oh, come on.
No, that's a clue, because this is the Fingertips 1-minute decision maker. If you just can't make up your mind, let the decision maker have the final say. Now, you need to do this outside. You've got to be quick and specific. You need to ask it a yes or no question, and then activate. Stephen, are you ready?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, look, football training, yes or no?
Yes. No. No. No, no,
well,
no.
let's let the decision maker have the final say. Now, do this outside, remember. The first lid to pop off is the decision. We have to do this exactly the same time.
OK.
Pop your parcel in, put your lid on, and get back. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, no!
Stephen, I think you'll be needing these. And you can go beyond just yes and no questions.
You certainly can. Have a look at these two, right? OK. So one... Oh, that one's gone as well.
One.
That's timing for you, isn't it? Huh? Right, this one, of course, is mine. This one, of course, is Fearne's. Now, Fearne, you have that. Please don't wipe your hands on me ever again. And you take the lid as well. So the thing is, tonight, Fearne's favourite TV show is on, Pop Posers, and I am not watching that.
Yeah, well, I'm not watching Magic Maestros again. I'm watching you running around in a cape with a rabbit.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There is.
Right, whichever one blows first gets to choose, OK?
OK, right.
Let the decision makers decide. 3, 2, 1, pop them in, go.
Get back.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, yes. It's going to be a magic time tonight, Fearne.
Don't let a bit of indecision waste your time. Make your mind up in under a minute.
It's magic. Now, if you're anything like me, you're forever lending your friends pens and pencils and never getting them back. Well, if that does happen to you, then you are going to love today's little fingertips. Have a look at these guys. They are brilliant, aren't they? They're called Shrunken Head Pen and Pencil Tops. They're an original way of ensuring no one borrows your stuff. But unlike the shrunken heads you see in museums, we haven't had to kill or pickle anyone because, believe it or not, these are actually made from shriveled apples. They are good, aren't they? And if you want to make them, the first thing you want to do is get your fingertips on an apple and then peel it. And now you want to sculpt the features of the face, and a plastic knife is ideal for this. So let's do another eye, just here, just scoop that bit out. And now for the nose, let's do a couple of lines just here, and scoop this bit out, like that, and do the same shape over this side, like that. And there's his nose, and for the mouth, just a line on the top and a line on the bottom. And don't worry if you're not a master sculptor, because the weirder it looks, the more scary it will be. Now you want to add the features to the face, like eyeballs and also teeth. And for these, we're using whole cloves for the eyeballs. Just stick one into the eye socket there, and another one into this eye socket there. And for the teeth, we're using rice. Grains of rice. Now, these are a bit tricky to put in, but just squeeze as many as you can in. Some will drop out, but don't worry about them. Squeeze them all in like that. And at this point, you then take your pencil and stick it into the bottom of your apple carefully. And now, just push it into some modelling clay and leave it somewhere warm and dry to shrivel up. After about a week or so, your apple will be hard on the outside, but soft and squidgy on the inside. After another week, your head is finished. Looks convincing, doesn't it? So, the next time a certain someone asks to pencil, I shall say this is the head of the last person who failed to return. Red card. Right, as you may have guessed already, this is not a real football. This is the fingertips ball in a bowl cake.
And this is Food Fingertips, the part of the programme where we show you something that's fun to make and great to taste. And this ball in a bowl cake is perfect for any sports fan.
Now, it may look a bit tricky to make, but the cool thing is you make it in a bowl and you bake it in a bowl.
Now, to kick off for the Fingertips ball in a bowl cake, you'll need 2 of these, because these are what you bake your cake in. 1 litre oven-proof bowls. Don't worry if you haven't got 2, you can still make the cake.
Right now, in a bigger bowl, you want to mix 250 grams of butter with 250 grams of caster sugar. Along to that, you want to add 250 grams of self-raising flour and 5 eggs and 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Oh, this is going to be one big cake. This is the bit I love. Look, you get to mix it all in. And let's add the 5 eggs. In they go. And to this, you add 2.5 teaspoons of the baking powder. There's 1, there's 2.5. Fantastic. And you also add a dash of vanilla essence. Here, that should do it. And then you get to mix it all together. Right, here we go.
Now, to stop your mixture sticking to your bowl, lightly grease them and then get some flour and just work it all the way around the inside.
Right, now this is nicely mixed. It's time to divide the mixture in between 2 bowls. Thank you, Fearne.
2 bowls there, Stevie.
Sorted. And don't worry if you don't have 2 bowls, because the other half of the mixture will be fine in the fridge whilst the first cake cooks. Right, that's that one done. And let's just do this one as well. Cook for about 45 minutes on 160 degrees Celsius. That's gas mark 3, until they're well risen and firm to the touch.
Oh, and they do smell delicious once they're baked. And now you want to add your filling. We're going to go for strawberry jam. You just want to spoon it all into the centre. Be quite generous so it all sticks together nicely. And then using the back of the spoon, just spread it right the way out to the edges, like that. And then you can add the other half of your cake. Ah, look at that. There you have a cake of 2 halves. Stevie, what do you think of that?
I'd eat it just like that, seriously. But now it's time for the icing. Now, this is ready-made icing that we've rolled out into a circle. And the easiest way to pick it up is to lay it over a rolling pin. And then just lay it over your cake. There we go. Let's get it all over so it's all covered. And then just tuck it in around the base. And do this as neatly as you can. And then if there's any excess, you can just cut that off.
Now, to make these hexagon shapes on your football, you need to get some black ready-made icing. Now, if you're not sure about the shape of hexagons, then just check out the Fingertips website where you can print off a template, and we'll give you the address at the end of the show. Now, 6 is a good number, so Stevie, here's the last one.
There you go. Just dab a bit of water on the ball and the hexagon will stay in place like that.
Well, they call it the beautiful game. I'd say that that is a beautiful cake. But you don't have to stop there.
You certainly don't. How about positioning your ball on a piece of turf like we've done here? But if you think the ball in the bowl is a bit out of your league, you could always make a super smart football shirt cake. And all the details for that cake are on our website.
And if you're not into soccer, how about making a basketball ball in the bowl cake? Slam dunk.
And if tennis is your thing, you can serve a perfect ace every time with that one.
Or why don't you bowl over a cricket fanatic with this ball in the bowl cricket cake?
Do you know something? They think it's all over.
It is now.
Well, that's it for today's show.
But if you want to make anything from the programme, then check out the Fingertips website. The address is right here.
And we'll see you very soon for some more Fingertips.
Bye!